Alright, so in this one, I want to go over the top 3 events exclusive / free-to-play units in Dragon Ball Legends, and just, honestly, to give Legends a little bit of props here, I know we are in a down, horrendous situation of the Part 1 of 4th Anniversary, but their free-to-play units, man, they've been killing it for, I mean, a good minute, excluding, obviously, that 1000-day Bulma, because, you know, people get her at different increments of time. I would say since, I mean, free-to-play Rose technically was bugged, but since, dude, then the Bana Squad was meta? Probably since, like, Ultra Vegeta and onward? Is that bad to say? We've had good free-to-play units, and honestly, right now, they're the most valuable they've ever been. Like, the free-to-play units in this game have really stepped up. You look down here, because this is obviously by order received, so this is like, you know, first come-outs to later on. You know, these might be out of order a little bit at the bottom, but look at, let's say, these 5 Gokus we got, or 6 Gokus rather, that we got pre the, I believe, 3rd anniversary. I mean, they don't really have much value at all. And then you kind of look just above them, everyone is flowing on a specific team. They're given a specific team. They're, you know, giving this finishing role for their teams that they are on. And I do want to touch on the top 3 ones, because I do feel like this Gogeta has been debated a lot. I even put a community poll about it, about, you know, where would you place him, who do you think is the best one, him, you know, all these others around him, who do you think is the best. And I just want to touch on the others, because they, again, have a lot of value in Legends. You know, I gotta give them a round of applause, because they have made free-to-play units have significantly more value than they've ever had in the past. Like, I mean, this free Trunks, just to say, was argued to be like a core member on Future over Future Gohan, who, I mean, he was argued to have one of the best agings in the entire game. It's not even arguable. He has one of the best aging, like, kits / uniques and all that stuff around him in the entire game. And this free-to-play unit was argued to be more core than him in some setups. And, I mean, dude, how do you, like, how can you beat that? You're going up against this timeless is a bad word. This unit that is not really aged, you know, according to how other LS have aged, just in a less drastic manner. Future Gohan, obviously now he's not in a great spot, but he was argued by this free-to-play unit in Legends, like. So I just want to touch on the top 3. This is from my personal experience of where we are right now in PvP, where from a general sense of their, like, release of using them and then using them now, it kind of will be skewed a little bit, because right now, you know, some colors are more down bad than others. That's just every meta, though. Like, this unit's gain and potential will be more when this color is more active, or when this color is less active, right? It's obviously how it does work. But just to touch on my top 3 personally, I know people will disagree with this wholeheartedly, but just my top 3, right? I would say number 3 would be this ROF Vegeta. I used him recently, and I've used him in the past on his initial release when he had boost. This guy, I mean, he might be a Walmart GV, but damn, I mean, Walmart GV is not an insult. It's just what he is, right? This Vegeta can heal consistently. So can DoooGote, by the way. This Vegeta heals consistently. He has 80% damage inflicted. He has card draw speed. He has reduced damage reduction there. This is baseline kit stuff that units that, you know, in 2021 LS were getting. This was 2021 LF kits, and these free-to-play units are getting them. Like, not Ultra Gogeta. Well, yes, Ultra Gogeta has the same cut innately as the new Gogeta that we just got. 50%. Ultra Kaioken, Ultra Gogeta had the same cut as a free-to-play unit. What? I won't complain about it, because it's really good, but it's like, what the hell, Legends? Like, that, again, there's props to be delivered to Legends, and this free-to-play unit, regardless if he's going to be aging terribly after boost or aging badly when yellows come back in the meta more prominently, right now, that Gogeta is very good. But to touch on this Vegeta even more, plus one effect self, I mean, he's getting damage and damage and damage and damage, right? Self every time another battle member is hit. So he's getting damage when battle members are hit, then he stacks his damage, because he's going to keep going and going and going. Where every time he uses a Striker Blast, he heals, he gets damage, he gets ki, heals, gets damage. Like, he is a Walmart GV where he doesn't change colors, but damn, he does his job well. Even his main ability isn't even the worst thing in the world, because he actually just keeps going. He allows himself to keep going. Stat spread, sure, stat spread might not be most optimal, but this isn't like terrible stat spread in comparison to, let's say, an EX unit or something like that. EX units at 14 stars don't even have close to sparking stat spreads, just how it is, because innately how they do work out. It's just that way. Blue card being a quick animation, this green card being annoying as fuck, destroying 2 of your enemy's strike arts. mean, that kind of just gives me Ultra Kaioken vibes, which it's very annoying to have your strike arts or arts sealed, where he just works out. So Gogeta does his job well. He does good blast damage. Might be a little bit glassy, but so is GV. And if he's being the paper GV, okay, he's doing his job. How can I complain, right? Just touch on some others, though, before we touch into the, top 2 here. Ultra Omega, I mean, he's maintained his value for so long. There's no red unit on GT right now. It's Red GT Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Rildo. Like, you're not running anybody that's red on GT right now, right? But this Omega, he came out, I believe, October. I mean, right now I wouldn't rate him top 3 just because GT hasn't gotten a buff since this guy, and they haven't had any, substantial gain in anything just because of meta or anything like that. They just have been where they are, right? They just slowly decline, if not incline, during whatever units are meta in the current situation. But this guy does, I mean, he does a lot. He has very good defenses. He has support. He has good damage. He has an annoying-ass feint chance. He has an annoying-ass green card. He has an annoying-ass blue card. This Omega, he was done very well to where his manner of respect is much higher than it even probably should be, but Omega was done in a very proper manner. And then another one to touch on here would be 21. 21, I mean, really, when I used her, first release, I remember this, I 3-carded a G4 with his big cut, because how 21 does work is she's building up cut penetration, right? Applies attribute upgrade minus 20% to any sustained damage cut effect, 2 self 5 timer counts upon activation. So it's minus 20, minus 40, minus 60, minus 80. That's 4 blast darts. You could literally one combo the tankiest units in the game with this 21 if people don't know what her kit does. And this is it. Blue card being a quick animation, getting a Dragon Ball when you hit the blue card. Again, quick animation, you only have a negative to throw this out. Her making blast from those strikes, like, she just has very baseline good stuff. Even more, she has actually some anti-revival here. She gets damage inflicted when causing someone to revive. I know, very niche, but it is just something that's just there. And then, again, more stuff. Minus 1 on blast, and special move arts cost, and then gives them a debuff to health restore. You know every unit in the game heals right now. Sealing enemy strikes. Most meta units are strike-based right now. Her value. I feel like she was very underutilized when she did arrive. I mean, stat spread. Definitely okay. Actually, could be a little bit higher on blast because Vegeta's blast base too. You see his blast is like 7k higher, but she was very underutilized on release. This 21, I wish the androids didn't come out so quickly afterwards because obviously, they replaced her, but this 21 was very good for her release, for her drop. There was really no, like, I don't even see a negative to her that's like so outstanding. Like, she has even higher cut than a Vegeta. I guess because she doesn't heal herself? Is that really constituted as a negative nowadays when a free-to-play unit doesn't heal themselves? And even so, she heals herself on main. It's not just like consistent heal like Vegeta, like the new Gogeta, like, all these other units, but it's quite nifty what these free-to-play units can do, man. Like, again, the round of applause Legends deserve for the free-to-play units they've done in the past, I gotta say, year and a half, right? Well, not a year and a half, because Ultra Vegeta's after? I would say from Ultra Gogeta onward, it was really all these amazing free-to-play units. Obviously, some are worse than others. Like Copy Man's not as good as Cyberman, or Jinko Man's not as good as Tenon Man, whatever it is, right? Like Nabana's not as good as Robbery, or Robbery is just superior to Orlin. All these, Frieza Squad members, but still, the vast majority of them are just very good. Number 2, though, it's tied. I really don't know how to differentiate this because right now, number 2 is meant to be Trunks, but then you look at right now, and you can't really run yellows. I mean, you can, but it's really not safe. So number 2, I guess, while it being tied, 2A, which would be the better of the two, would be Podza. Podza is phenomenal. Podza was prior to Angel Gold and Frieza, and it didn't even feel like LOE needed another green because Podza existed. Like, Podza was beyond belief. He has, I believe, a quick green card animation. He has blast armor on strikes. He has a blue card that has a long animation, but you get, I believe that's 100% to blue card damage. No, 50 to blue card damage inflicted on next one, and you have main very quickly, so you can just time stop, boom, catch them. You're going to nuke the shit out of somebody on that, doing extra to Saiyans, getting damage there, again, blast armor, giving a heal as well when his character is defeated, giving damage, reduce enemy Dragon Balls. Podza, Podza did all lower zone sub count. draws a green card on entry, gets strike damage, even more so. Flying effects occur if own remaining health is 75% or below after any attack is over. Restores ally health by 20%, gets card draw speed, and 15% damage inflicted. Podza did it all, was a very good damage dealer early game, was a very good, spawner of a green card, because you have Alefsa there, okay? You spawn that green card Podza, go to Alefsa, you just nuke on your ult, or you just go to full power Frieza, do his blue card, boom, spam that shit out. Then you have Alefsa once again, the Elef Swarm Zenkai Frieza, who's right there with you. You're spawning these blue cards. While there are long animations, you got time stops, you got blast armor, you have a lot of situations to just catch your opponent off guard. And this Frieza, he really solidified a spot just instantaneously. There was no questioning, is this free-to-play unit really core in LoE right now? This wasn't, when LoE was in its prime peak of Angel Golden Frieza, Revival Frieza, but it was starting to get to where it kind of is right now, where it's top 3. This guy was a foundation of that. He really helped make LoE just eclipse a new level. Podza, again, these free-to-play units, man, they are done in such a respective manner. And it's like, dude, I really like it. And then maybe the turn power ones, just to touch on real quick before we go into Trunks. Tien, I don't think is bad. Goku, I think, is good. And then Krillin, I think, is unfortunate, right? Again, there will be some outliers here, which is just how it is, because they can't make every unit as good as this other unit. Just wouldn't make sense. You have to make some, bad units to have some great units. That's how you make the differentiation of bad to good. Why did you crash on me? Please, the light. Thank you. We had Krillin, not the greatest. Tien, pretty good. I would say he's more niche, because how he does work is it's a little bit weird. I don't think it's bad, per se, but he just kind of does stuff. It's nothing extreme. Like, while his character's on the battlefield, the flying effects occur to self every time his character uses strike or blast arts, so he builds damage inflicted, right? Then applies flying effects self can't read every time another battle member is hit. So same thing as with Gogeta. He goes neutral for 5 timer counts, but the thing is, it's not like it's not going to be consistent for a damage output setting, right? Let's say you get 4 carded, strike and blast arts on your ally. Okay, well, that means 20 counts of neutral, right? Well, that's also going through, so let's say the combo is 10 counts long, well, you only have 10 counts of neutral then, so it's not as broken as it seems it could be. It does build up damage inflicted, but again, just seems a little bit, not ideal. He seems fine, but it just seems unideal for his sense. Goku being annoying with those blue card spawnings, with being in for timer counts, but he does have that blue card with a quick animation to stall out, giving support. Goku's fine, but, Tien and Krillin definitely are the lacking too, which does suck, because Super Warriors did want a little bit more of a buff there. A big buff, but still very good units, nonetheless, in comparison to other free-to-plays. Again, you look kind of down here at these units, how they've aged, and how some of them were just not even used on their release, like Purple Buhan, like Orlin, there's just a couple down here, like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, that physical, yellow one, Super Saiyan 2 Blue Goku there, comparison, at least these are usable units. Those were not usable, but Trunks here as the 2B, the negative, or I guess lower of the 2 units in number 2. Trunks is very good. Again, he was argued as a position to replace future Gohan, and future Gohan was seen as this, god, where he's just, okay, I'm always going to be here. I'm always going to be that disruption, annoying ass unit you got to deal with. Obviously, over time, he will get power creep, and his tanking and disruption would really not be in effect, but that didn't happen yet, and then this Trunks was still in an argument to replace him. The main caveat to this Trunks is this. His main, anything that null special cover change is valuable, right? Gogeta Blue, you could even argue, has value today because he null special cover change. There's a billion special cover change units. Well, if you null it, you don't care. You're not having to drop or risk this or do this. There's no need to. You null it, you're fine. And this Trunks can do that. Really what I saw this Trunks do for my experience of using him and using against him, which I put against him quite a bit, it was you would start a combo with this guy, you pop his main, you do that combo, because he's building up cut penetration while he's doing his arts here, right? Wherever it is. Yeah, the flying effects occur to self every time his character uses an arts card. He's building up damage, he's building up cut pen. So again, you pop that main, and then you're infinite comboing while you have 4 strike or blast arts, or whatever you have a mix of. you're going through cut pen. So every single new card he's doing more and more and more and more. Then after that, you sack him off to a rush. That's it. That was his value. You could use him off the, main ability and combo like that, but his main value was main ability, combo extend for that whole combo. You're going to do a fuck ton of damage there, regardless of who's out. Again, great stuff there. And then sack him off. He gives buffs, and he lowers him sub count. So he could get rushed if you wanted to sack him off to a rush, similar to Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, where his ally gets hit, he lowers sub count. Same thing with this Trunks here. Again, this Trunks was a very, very good unit. He still is a very good unit, but he's just not needed right now because as yellows are lacking, he is taking a back foot. But dude, this guy, I saw as much as Future Gohan when this guy came out. He's insane. But number one unit here is, in my opinion, the free Gogeta. I might be gassing him a little bit. There is boost system enabled. There is all these things, sure, but boost does last so long. I feel like rating a unit, for 2 months worth of time, because boost lasts for, I believe it is 2 months, right? I believe so. I mean, I feel like it's valid to rate a unit for 2 months of time. Obviously, afterwards, you devalue or overvalue them more. And this guy does it, man. He just kind of only has 2 drawbacks. I would say all these free-to-play units do have some drawbacks. Podza has the long blue card animation. Podza has only so much damage inflicted and not the craziest level of defense is there, right? Trunks, he has some drawbacks where his blue card's a long animation. He has the drawback of his blast do jack shit. He has a drawback of he really is just like peak performance only in one situation off the main ability. Other situations he could do fine, but he's never going to be back to where he primarily was until he's on that main ability, right? It's just there, then he's peaked, then he falls down, not too far down, but he falls down. This Gogeta does have some negatives where he does hold a strike and blast. I wish they made this double strikes, man, because how this Gogeta works is how he builds up, draw strike cards, not use, draw strike cards. So it seems the idea they were going for was, okay, we won't give him double strike, but you use it on fusions. Hey, Vegeta Blue holds double strike. Hey, Ultra Gogeta holds double strike. You run that purple blue setup. Okay, let me think of mono purple. I think Super Vegeta does he hold double strike? If he does, he holds double strike. GV doesn't, but use mono purple. You have some double strike holders that really help him, but it can't go away that his negative is that he holds a blast. His blast does not get any buffs anywhere. He has the 80% damage inflicted, the raw 80% there for sure, but he doesn't gain this. He's not gaining up to 130% on his blast attack. He's only gaining on his strike, but his strikes, to say a positive, I mean, increases card draw speed by 1 level 5 timer counts upon activation. Who's doing that? Really, who's doing that right now? On arts? Not on your unique. On arts, you're gaining card draw speed? Given he's not no special cover change, I mean, you're gaining card draw speed, and what that gives you is your buildup of those strike cards quicker. And, usually by the first or even second combo, usually the second, he's at his peak 130% uncancelable damage, and go even higher if he comes in off a enemy green or blue, right? Because he gets damage inflicted and more cut when enemy does do a green or blue to himself or his allies. I mean, the value is there. Again, a negative to point out though would be his blue card, not similar to the other two where their blue cards are long animations. His is a short animation, but the length of it, the animation length, I believe this is just an issue where they might even fix it. Honestly, I could see them fixing this, which if they don't, it sucks, but I could see them fixing this, where, DBS Fury really came out, the purple one. His animation is the same thing, where you can throw it, and then you could catch them where they're doing a blast, you caught them early, okay, but you didn't frame perfect it, right? You caught them where they're doing it, but they didn't do it split second, millisecond one, you caught them, but you caught them. Well, with this blue card, with Fury Broly's blue card, they can actually sidestep out of it still. Unless it is a frame perfect timing, as soon as they click it, and then as soon as you click it, perfect, then it can, attack and hit them. But if it's not, they can't sidestep out of it, unfortunately, for this guy. So give a caveat, I guess, or I don't know, a saving grace is that you can just pop this mid-combo. I know people want to snipe with the blue cards. Obviously, that's the point of a blue card half the time, is to snipe with it. You pop that main ability long range, caught them sidestepping, you heard them sidestep, from fucking 10 meters out. Throw that blue card. This guy can't do that, unfortunately. But, again, you can't just combo it into your hand. I know, it does suck a lot, that blue card. I feel like it's a little bit too over much. Like, I feel people really over dislike that a little bit too much, where yes, it is a negative, it doesn't like kill the unit like at all. Again, this guy has such baseline things that are just insane. 80% damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, just to say. LFs like Bardock, Evo, Ape, I think Cell has like 80 to 100% on entry. This guy's 80. It's a free-to-play unit. Reduced damage by 50% cannot be cancelled. I'm pretty sure Ape has like 55%. Bardock has like 45 at peak. Androids have 50%. The androids have 50%. Ultras have 50%. This free-to-play unit has that. See the value there? That's not something that's like... You wouldn't even think that would be a thing for a free-to-play unit. And then, again, his build-up, right? Fun facts occur every time a Strike Arts card is drawn. He gets health back. He minus his Strike Arts cost. So when its cost goes from 19 to 14, he's fully built up. He's going to have 130% damage inflicted that cannot be canceled on the strikes while building card draw speed while doing those. So he's going to have a long combo extension. Main ability, while it does draw the blue card, it does give you key back, which is better for the Strike Arts combo extension that he can do. Minus the enemy's card draw speed, seals their slot. It can do a lot of nifty things, and then even more so for him, he gives debuffs and support, right? Gives a debuff, plus 20% damage received, minus 30% critical rate. That's just to be annoying. So I guess you're going to run into this guy on Super Saiyan. So he's like, okay, well, fuck your Super Saiyan team. Fuck that, right? And then he even does more well. The following effects occur itself every time the enemy uses a blue card or green card while his card's on standby or battlefield. He gets up to 70% cut and more damage. So he can get up to 150% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. And that's not too far-fetched to get pretty often. I would say once a match. You're going to get the green cards and blue cards done against you. Let's just say you run into Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, the Zenkai one. He does a green card. That's it. That's it. That's all you need. It doesn't have to be one that hits you. Does a green card. You have 70% damage reduction, 15 timer counts, or 10 timer counts, and 150%. Because you're probably built up at your damage, right? It takes 2 combos, really. Just draw cards. You'll draw strikes. You're on a strike-based team, you'll draw strikes. You have 170%. I mean, dude, it's just insane. Gives key back, gives another debuff. And debuffs are very strong as well when you're up to 170%. 130 normal. But, dude, he can do so much, man. He does so much damage. He does have some goodness in the healing. He has some goodness where he's giving support. He's giving debuffs. This Gogeta, right now, he feels very good, especially with Mono Purple, I would say being in a better spot, because once again, if there's less yellows, the purples gain value, and right now, MUI and droids are scaring the shit out of everybody to where you're not running a yellow. There's no reason to feel the need to run a yellow right now, because MUI and droids are terrifying you. That's valid. But then that boosts the purple units, and Mono Purple, I mean, probably the top 10 team in the game. Super Vegito, GV, and this new Gogeta as a core unit. I mean, dude, the value, man, the value. People do like this Goku very much to where they would actually say he's more core, but I feel like people need more time with this Gogeta because he just does so much. He does so much damage. He does so much goodness for himself and for others. He can eat so well. It's very nice. But let me guys think of my top 3 free-to-play units, and I think we should just, again, applaud Legends a little bit here because, man, well, there's a lot of shit going down where it's all bad, you know, a lot of maintenances, a lot of fucking shitty anniversary stuff going down. They gave us a really good free-to-play unit, probably the best one we have right now. They gave us a mediocre LF Plat, I would say, unfortunately. But, hey, man, this Gogeta, they know how to do their free-to-play units. They know how to do their free-to-play units. I really can't deny that. I'll give Legends a round of applause for that. Hopefully, let's say we get a Superhero Gohan that's free-to-play, or Piccolo, or Pan, or whoever. Let's hope they are as good as this Gogeta, because whew, this Gogeta is very damn good, very damn fun. Happy to see Legends have amended a situation where maybe they didn't fix anything, but they did make a very good unit, and I think that means something. Let me guys think of my top 3 free-to-play units, and I'll see you guys in the next one.